Hello and welcome to This Old Arcade. I'm Tim. Today going to be swapping out a motherboard on a Megatouch Aurora machine. This one's got, or had, I already pulled the motherboard out. It's the ASUS motherboard used in I think 2008 and older Auroras. This motherboard's faulty even after being recapped. It crashes quite often. There's a place called the Megatouch store. David over there, he sent me this Intel motherboard. It's one that was used in Aurora's, I think 2009 and newer. So we're going to throw this little motherboard in. You can see the difference in the size there. And for this to be able to work, we've got to upgrade the software to 2009 or newer. So he sent us a hard drive with a 2010 program. So let's flip the machine around here and we'll start putting this board in. If any of you out there have any of these, they're great machines. They're fun to play, but they're really prone to a lot of problems, and they can be tough to work on. The Aurora, especially here, with the back door on, it's just a mass of wires and stuff just kind of crammed in there. This drawer pulls out. This power supply and hard drive assembly here just flips open, and then you can see the motherboard kind of mounts on this shelf here. The bottoms of these boards, the bolt hole pattern from the back of the machine, these where the interface plugs go, like the VGA and the audio out, it's always on the right hand side. So the bolt hole pattern is same from board to board. So we should be able to just drop this in and everything should hook up the same, with the exception that we're going from IDE drive to a SATA drive. And the little configuration on the outputs here, it's exactly the same from board to board. Over at the Megatouch store, he sells refurbished ASUS boards for $279, or he sells these Intel boards for $199. So we decided to go with the new board and see how that works. So let's kind of get a close-up of the camera here, and we'll see how this goes together. All right, so pull this out here and we'll see how this physically fits in here. Make sure everything clears. So our VGA output is over here on the right hand side. It looks like it's gonna go right in there okay. Let's see. Fan. Okay, that's going to clear. Yeah, we're good. All right, I'll bolt this in. I'll loosely fit these in here to start with. Make sure I can get everything lined up. As I was taking the other board out, I took a photograph of everything so I knew how these connectors went, but the connections are in different places here, so we're gonna have to figure out what goes where. the IDE and the power supply connection and the VGA and audio are pretty easy to figure out. Get that a little further on the table here. Drop my other screw. Need a magnetic screwdriver here. Might get another screwdriver that might be magnetized. There we go. Tighten these down now that I have the board in position. All right, let's figure out where all this stuff goes. Pull out the old hard drive. Got the new drive, the new key, and the SATA cable there. Sent that too. All right. This will go over there. Okay. Power supply is plugged in. Pull out this old IDE cable. Oh, and the power connector too. Don't need that. You can see this old cable here. It's just crammed in there. Alright, so I've got my touchscreen controller. I'm going to feed this over here. Get my audio plugged in. VGA I'll do in a little bit. Wrap this little SATA cable over. See if they have a designation on which port's what. SATA 1, SATA 0. So I want to go into SATA 0, I would imagine. Going to go under and up. Okay. Oh, what else could there be? There's my little interface board there. my VGA. I tell you, this little board is a lot easier to kind of fit than those old ASUS boards. Okay, got the VGA on. 2008 machine that probably seems pretty new compared to what we usually work on, but that's 8 years ago. And I'm not sure, I think we actually bought this one in 2006, so it could be 10 years old. Alright. I'm going to swap the keys out. Should always save these keys. It's good to collect as many as you can. Alright, so here, got the SATA and the power's here. There. There. That is 160 gigabytes. This should slide over this bracket like the old one did. Okay, great. And once we verify things are working, then I'll worry about tucking wires and everything in place. It's usually kind of an art to finesse everything to fit in these, and then you have your bill acceptor right in the middle. You have a coin box there and fans all over the place. And there we go. Sometimes it's a challenge getting those pins to line up. Oh, let's see here. I've got another USB cable here. That's got to be plugged in. I have to do it first. All right. Oh yes, and then I believe this is the 3.3 volt connector. It's this little extra connector for the power supply. I think that is everything. My wonderful interface board here on the side. When I pulled the old motherboard out, I didn't unplug any of this. Alright. So let's flip this around and try it out. Oh, hold on. I need a power cord. Alright, so we got this plugged in here. Throw the power switch. Okay, fans came on. Got here. Yeah, there's a wire rubbing up against this fan. Okay, alright. So far so good. Okay, great. It's loading. Just kind of let it do its boot here and see what we get. This old motherboard would it'd work for hours and then it would just start to freeze up. And that was even after recapping. So you'd think it would be just fine. You put it on location and then you get a call the next day. There's a problem. I'm assuming that this is a fresh new hard drive, so it'll probably have factory defaults on the settings. Looks like it's rebooted twice. Okay, now it's loading the, it's finished with Linux, it's doing the Megatouch software, Ion hardware, so it looks good, it looks like it's going fast. Aha! Wow, look at this, let's see how the touch screen, oh wow, I haven't calibrated anything. Let's see, puzzles. So let me go in here, into the menu. We'll do credits pricing, put some credits on there. And then let's do diagnostics, do touchscreen test. It's a little bit off. So I'm off there, so I do need to calibrate that. Calibration. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Exit. Now, I can do it twice. Okay. Huh? 3 times? Okay, made me do it 3 times. I don't know why. Joystick calibration, because it's got this little thing here. Joystick style, so I am with this style. As far left as it can go. And press a button. Press the button, I guess that's center. Up, press. Okay. Wow, it's pretty jumpy, isn't it? Alright, let's see, touchscreen. Joystick test. Okay, those buttons are working, joystick's working. Get out of diagnostics. Let's see, I want to do system, volume control. Speakers seem to be working. I'll check out the coin switch later, but my gosh, that was an easy upgrade on that motherboard. Really easy. I still have to cram everything in, but no problems. Plus, it's the 2010 software, so I've got the upgraded software. That was really worth not spending the time hassling with an old motherboard. Okay, let's do puzzles. I like to do this mahjong because it's pretty critical on where you touch things. Of course, my brain's not working right now, so I'm not going to see all my pairs. So, yeah, seems to be doing pretty well. I'm kind of slow on this here. Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's we'll go ahead and flip this around, and we'll get everything crammed back into that very small space, and let it run for a while. And looks like this is going to be a good fix on this one. So stay tuned. All right. Got the machine turned off here. I'm going to just slowly start pushing things in, getting these cables to go where they need to be. I've got new fans on here too, so that's all in good shape. There's the centering notch here that this metal bracket goes into, so when you slide these in, you got to make sure that goes in to be able to close it up. And make sure my CPU fan isn't binding against any of the cables. This new motherboard is supposed to run a lot cooler. So the old motherboard and setup had these huge copper cooling fins on the board and cooling fins here. The airflow was never really good on these. Got that centered up there. This is all good here. Gosh, it feels like it's fitting a lot easier than the old one. These little guys here. Gotta get them tucked down in here. So my Velcro's here. Okay, that's on there, good. All right. Get my screwdriver. They have two things here that say press here, and you have to put your fingers in here and press here and really hard. And there's a little centering lines there where you can line this screw up so it centers. You can screw it in, and I think this one's actually stripped out. Yeah. So, well, it might be holding a little bit. All right. My bill box. Throw this in. If you ever have to pull out these bill validators to repair them, it's a tough job. You got to take the faceplate off, and the mounting screws come in from the front. Not easy at all. Alright. The back part of the shell is a ground. Plug that in. I'm going to move my key over that way. Make sure I'm not pinching any wires, which I am. Everything is in there. Okay, now there's another screw in here that goes into a metal bracket on the tray that slides in, and then there's a little, like a turnbuckle latch up top here that you turn to pull in. So that's actually in. Okay. Alright, good. And then, gosh, I don't have the key for it. The back door goes into a couple of notches here. And closes, and there's a key lock over here on this side. So I'm going to leave that back door off. We're going to let this run for a while and flip the power back on. Now we'll actually test the bill acceptor and the coin mech. These games mostly take bills when you have them on location. Not many quarters go into them, so you really want to make sure you have a good working bill acceptor. Okay. Very good. Hopefully this will be helpful to anybody with one of these machines. With Merit out of business, it's really tough to get parts for these, and they're very expensive. So I've got 12 credits. Let's see. 13, 14, that's good. We'll run a bill in here. $20, so it gave me 6 credits for $1. I'll probably reprice that before I put it out. Anyhow, so that's it. That's our upgrade. Many thanks to David over at the Megatouch store. Really saved a lot of heartache for us on that motherboard. And until next time, thanks for joining us here at this old arcade.